Radio podcast. We're here at Shelters by Jesus, and I'm actually standing in the kitchen of Shelters by Jesus, and we want to welcome you to that. We've got something new going on. We've started classes. I've had that all on my podcast you saw recently, and one of the classes we're doing is a cooking class, and I'm not going to explain it all because I have a real live chef here. And he doesn't have his chef outfit on, but he is alive, at least close to alive. And he's doing a marvelous job with the kitchen. We're putting out unbelievable food. We're feeding a lot of people. But I'm going to let him do a lot of the talking, and he'll share with you who his students are, where they're at, the kind of stuff they're doing. And so this is Ken, and what's your last name, Ken?
O'Grady.
O'Grady. Ken O'Grady. You must be French.
Yeah.
Yeah, O'Grady.
A little Irish.
Well, my wife is a little Irish. She's O'Donnell. So, oh man, we got an Irish connection.
Yeah.
So, Ken, would you explain what this is all about, what your class is about, what you plan on doing with your class, what kind of stuff we put out of here, what do you want to share something to that camera?
The class is to pay it forward to people that are homeless, people that want to come in and learn a trade or learn how to cook or season or anything like that, knife skills, how to properly wash their hands and that sort of thing. And I've been here for a little over a year now, and this has been my sanctuary. This is where I come to decompress. And this is what I love to do. Now it's time for me to pay it forward. This is my ministry, and this is what I want to do.
Now you used to, you've been in restaurants as a chef, because
Yes.
you have been since you've been here. You
Yep.
you helped out with the restaurant some,
Yep.
so you've done all of that.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to be teaching a course, right?
Yep.
And at the end they can get a certificate.
Yep, they get a Serve Safe certificate, and
Would you explain? I mean, I didn't know what Serve Safe was in the past, so the
Serve-
ones watching this may not have a clue what you're talking
Serve
about.
Safe certificate that teaches you, the class will teach you how to properly wash your hands and gloves and cleanliness, always keeping your work area clean, how to properly use a knife without cutting yourself.
Which is a necessary
Oh
thing.
yeah, no blood in the food.
Unless it comes in bleeding, yes.
That's right, unless it's from the meat.
Now, if
We
it's
don't
got
want
a raw
any
steak,
extra.
we don't want to. We don't serve fingertips.
Yeah, I have all mine.
There
so.
you go. That's because you had Serve Safe.
So, I have all mine. I don't need to add them to the pot. So I got a good crew now, and they work very hard. They follow direction, and I'm proud of the crew that I have. now.
Well, would you introduce your students and tell what you're doing with them?
Chelsea is going. Just started. I think this is like her second or third day. She's knows spices pretty well. I learned a few things from her yesterday. So I mean, I'm not arrogant enough to know that I can't learn anything from somebody. So I don't know everything. I would like to think so, but I don't. So Al, he's come into the kitchen. He follows direction. He's a great prep cook. We also always need a chopper. And
His height
So
comes
what-
in handy.
and his
Explain-
height comes in handy to get in the pans.
Okay, explain a chopper.
Prep cook or a chopper is someone that will peel potatoes and chop them up, and onions, and he cries a
He
little
loves
bit
to
when he
cry.
does.
He loves to cry?
When he does the onions.
Yeah.
Well, he's a very emotional cook.
Hey,
Yes.
I care about the food.
That's it. Plus, you get in touch with your feminine side.
That's right. He's a little bit big for the feminine. But it's always nice to have a tall person to get the pans down from the high spots.
Yeah, since you're what, 4'2"?
Something like that.
Yeah. A little taller.
A little taller than that, but
I'm
yeah.
not much above
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's gotten, the kitchen's gotten better, and still got a lot of plans that I would like to do here. I'm getting a spice rack handmade. from a former resident that was here before. He wants to do the spice rack, and I said, yeah, sure, go ahead. So he's building one now for us. It's going to go over there in the corner.
And those spices, that's special. You want to explain those?
My spice,
Robert, over there.
my spices.
Walk right to it.
If you don't have spices, you don't have good food. And if the food don't taste good, people start grumbling, and then I don't like people to grumble. And if I don't want to serve it, I won't serve it. But if I have the spices to make it taste good, and I've got almost every spice there might be.
And you want to explain how you got all those spices?
Jeff Hodges gave us a donation to go to Sam's Club, and we went to Sam's Club, and I bought every spice there was there, and then we also have the residents that have food stamps that come and hand me their card and say go spend $100, $200, and they help out with the kitchen as well. So we're just not depending on outside people. The people that are living here are also donating food, and that's a wonderful thing to see the charity in their hearts pouring out.
That's fantastic. Now, if somebody's watching this going, you know, I might have some spices, or I'd like to drop something off or whatever, or something, I'd like to help this kitchen for the homeless. What kind of stuff could they do, Ken?
You know, any type of spice, but we use a lot of like garlic salt, onion salt, seasoning salt. The upper spices like pink,
Yeah.
Himalayan pink salt. We've got fire smoke pork rub. We've got a lot of rub, smoke rub. We've got
Okay, what's a rub?
a rub is you take a roast and you put together a bunch of spices and you rub the outside of it, and then you let it marinate for a few hours, and then you cook it, and then all that spices get into the meat, and it makes it taste really good.
Right. So if people want to bring some spices, there's specific ones that you would love to have.
You know, I'll take any spice and use it,
Okay.
because you know we get a lot of different meats that's donated through outside vendors, and you know, you never know what you're going to spice it with, and if you have a spice that that would taste really good with that, and it's something that I've never used, I'm a guinea pig. I'll use it.
All right. There's a family resemblance there, by the way.
Yeah, I know. yeah. You never trust a skinny cook.
Well, I tell you what, you're very trustworthy. Now, what I would like you to do is, each one of your students, I'd like to have you step beside them and explain who they are, and I'd like to have each one of you guys explain, first of all, how you got there, what it means to be here, how you come to here, what it means to be here, what it means to be working, doing this. So, you're on.
Again, this is Al. He has come in as a prep cook and a height guy. And he listens and he does what I ask, and does it with a smile. And we kid around a lot in the kitchen, and some of the things that are said in here we won't repeat. But he's very appreciative of being able to come into the kitchen.
So Al, give us your story. How did you happen to come here, and now what do you think about being in the kitchen? But first of all, how did you wind up here, Al?
I lost my job and I lost an apartment, and rather than being on the street, I sought help through a hospital, and they got in touch with Seth.
Okay.
And Seth said, yes, we have a bed.
And Seth is our chief of staff.
And he
Yeah.
said you had to be here by a certain time, so I grabbed what I could and got in the cab and came here.
Okay.
And to be in the kitchen, it's a way for me to pay it back to the residents that are here.
Awesome.
They opened their arms and let me in, and I'm seeing faith and everything, and I'm accepting what God wants me to do. He wants me in the kitchen. I'm going to be in the kitchen.
Well, if somebody's watching this and going, I don't know, homeless shelter's a little scary, and maybe I'm gonna be homeless soon, but I'm a little scared about going to a homeless shelter. If you got anything you can tell them about how you feel about being here, or if they're...
My first day here, I was like a clam in a shell. Everybody would say hi to me and I wouldn't say a word to them. But now, they can't shut me up. Ask
Yeah.
Kenny, he tries to shut me up, but it don't work.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful for the chance to show what I can do in the kitchen.
So if somebody was afraid about coming here, what would you tell them?
Reach out. There is help out there for you to come to a place like Shelters by Jesus. There is. I didn't think there was, but I see it now after being here.
All right, step over to the lady.
It ain't no
That
lady
ain't,
here.
that's not you, Al.
Hey,
Darn.
Chelsea, this is Chelsea again.
Whoa! You gotta change your...
short hair, you know.
You gotta change your haircut. Oh,
She-
my word. I just
she-
told her she'd come in dressed nice, and now you're calling her he. Man.
She is just new to the kitchen. When I asked for volunteers for the kitchen, first hand to go up and said, "Yeah, I have culinary experience," and said, "All right, come over, we'll try you out." And I think she's gonna stick around. So. Or at least she better. So, but yeah, you go ahead and tell your story.
Tell your story. What brought you here? What do you?
Oh, gosh.
Why'd you volunteer to come to the kitchen? What do you think about being in the kitchen? Whatever. Like,
Almost 2 years ago, my fiance passed away,
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
and
know that.
I didn't realize how lonely it was and how I was sloping down into a hole that I couldn't get out of until I was kind of forced to come here for housing and to open up housing options. I was terrified. And now I wish I would have done it sooner. I am the happiest I've been since my fiance passed
Oh,
away.
wow.
It's like family. Like, you don't have family and then all of a sudden you have everybody. So and being in the kitchen was what I missed. It's my happy place.
I got that.
So where'd you get culinary experience?
I went to culinary school.
You
and-
did?
Yes.
See what I'm learning here with you guys. I didn't know any of this.
I have my culinary arts degree, and then I got my business management degree because my goal was to open a restaurant.
Oh, really?
I helped my in-law, my mother-in-law, run her store for a while and was in the kitchen. I made all the specialty cheesecakes, and
Really?
it was a good time. And
So where's that at?
East Newport. I
East
believe
Newport.
she's retiring though. She's selling and retiring.
Well, there's only one store in East Newport. I used to pastor in Plymouth, and I know East Newport stores. The one
the
around
big
the corner?
cookie stop.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
it's
were-
Mama.
Really?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I was the cashier. My fiance that passed away was her son.
They make awesome cookies.
Oh yeah.
Well, duh.
Duh.
Wow.
You can't
I
have
know.
those no
I'm
more.
telling. Oh man,
Breakfast
I've been to
phenomenal.
that store.
Phenomenal breakfast. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh,
Mom can cook.
and in East Newport, it's either there or nowhere because East Newport is like the size of this kitchen. So it's rise called East Newport. If you go west, you're not in Newport anymore. I can tell you that right now. So you found the situation again. I'm going to have you ask the question I did of Al. If somebody's looking in here and they're a gal, I mean he talks as a guy, but it's a gal. There's a lot of fears for ladies. They don't
Oh,
imagine.
absolutely.
Think about going to homeless shelter. There's men at the shelter and all of that. What would you say to them if they're scared to come to a place like this or this place?
I mean, I was terrified. I thought I was going to have to watch my back when I slept. I didn't think I'd get a wink of sleep. It's completely opposite. I've learned it was more like, the best way I could describe it was like community style living or like adult college dorms. Like,
Adult college dorm.
without the alcohol, because we don't need
Of
that.
course, this morning didn't look like an
That'd be
adult
bad.
college dorm with the babies
It's-
running around, but
Oh, I love that. The kids have so much fun, but it's just like a small community living thing, and you don't have to watch yourself. You have people watching you too. The support the support aspect of it, you'll always have it. I can tell from a lot of the people I've met, and it's huge. It was what I was missing. So I would definitely, if I would have known what I know now, I would have came sooner, and I think it would help a lot of people in this situation for sure.
So if there's somebody out there now and they're watching this and going, I'm thinking about supporting the homeless, would you consider this a good investment in the $9 a month that will take them off the people off the street?
Absolutely. Yeah, when I came, I even got a friend of mine out of the cold, and he came in after me. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I learned a lot on these podcasts. I learned as much on podcasts as some of you watching this. You know, we have a lot of people here, and I'm basically a mouthpiece now. I used to do hands-on, day-by-day stuff, and now the guy holding the camera does the day-by-day stuff. Seth Roberts is our chief of staff, and he's our cameraman. And we don't have a professional cook. We have a professional cameraman too. This guy worked in movies and stuff. So we're here at Shelters by Jesus. We just got the pros. You know what I'm telling you right now?
Yes, yes.
But so much skill and so much talent has come through here. So come on in and say hi. And anyway, so Ken, is there anything you'd like to say before we close off this podcast?
Yeah, I think that everybody needs to know that there's a lot of talent here, not just in the kitchen, in the shelter. Got people that do a lot of things, a lot of talent, and given a chance, they would surprise the people out there. And we're not homeless bums. We have a heart just like everybody else. We care about people. We love just like everybody else. And you know, they seem to think that we're here just because of drugs, alcohol. My story is I lost my job 1 month. The next month I lost my wife. And I kind of shut down for a few months until I ran out of money, and I became homeless. And you know, it's not always because of your. Sometimes life kicks you in the teeth, and you got to pick yourself back up. And you know. This is a good place to do it. I got to be able to come here and do start my grieving process, and I've gotten closer to God, and I'm not ashamed to say that. And before, when I first got here, it's like, God, I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that. But you know, it's not a bad thing. I love it here, and. I got people here that are great people to work with, and I appreciate that, and I love what I do.
Now, Al, also, besides this, you're a veteran.
Yes.
You're not. Is there something you just want to share? It doesn't have to do with the kitchen, but I want them to get to know the people. So is there something you want to share about you and being a veteran or whatever? If there's something you want to share, I want to give you a chance to do that before we go off the air.
All I can say is if there's any veteran out there, reach out. If you need the help, reach out. There's brothers and sisters that are out there, and we know you're out there because of circumstances beyond your control. Reach out for the help. That's all I can ask.
And would you recommend that some of your veteran brothers and sisters, if they're on the street, that they contact us and come here?
Yes.
Is this a
yes.
place you would recommend?
I would recommend it 100,000%.
All right.
I would. You've opened up, and I've opened up since being here.
Awesome. Well, we just want to say thank you for watching our podcast. We've been wanting to introduce you to staff and residents and workers, and we got a lot more coming in the future. We got a weird one coming tomorrow. I'm calling it a kid cast with a bunch of the kiddies. But right now, we want to start showing you some of the classes that we're starting to teach. So people aren't just here hanging around, moping around. They got something to do, something to help them change their lives and move forward, something to look forward to, something to be invested in. And this is because you support us. I want you to understand that. That $9 a month that you give to us allows these people to be here, because we're not here otherwise. We are 100% faith-based. We don't get any tax money. No, your tax dollars don't come here, all right? The town doesn't support us financially, the state or federal. We are supported by people whose hearts are moved by the Spirit of Jesus Christ. That's how we are. So if you want to support us, and you're not supporting us right now, go to sheltersbyjesus.com. That's our website. And go on there and you'll see a place where it says you can support us and how to do that. If you want to know more about this ministry, you'll find that on there. A list of our podcasts, I believe, Seth, are they listed there on there? You can go on and our podcasts are there, and we're doing new ones every week now. At least one, maybe 2, 3 a week now. We put them on there to introduce you to all kinds of stuff. So you can go on and you can check out our podcasts. Also, I stream my Saturday night message. You can find that there as well. And I preach Saturday night. We have a live service or live worship music Saturday nights. It's starting at 5:30. If you're in the area, come on to a service at 5:30. Also, we give tours. If you go, well, I'd like to see some of this for myself. I'd like to meet these people myself. We're at 12 McClellan Street here in Skowhegan, Maine. And Seth Roberts, who's our chief of staff, if you call the office at 207-474-8833 and say, Seth, would you set up a tour? He'd be glad to set you up a tour. And he'll take you around and show you, he'll introduce you to everybody. We got families coming in now. You'll see little kids running around. You'll see happy little kids. When I do my kid cast tomorrow, if I live through that, I'm going into a locked room with these kids. So, by the way, if you pray for me tomorrow that I survive my own podcast with the children. I guarantee you we got some stuff coming that you're going to absolutely love. So keep looking, keep watching. We pray you keep supporting us. Share with it. Go on YouTube with this and hit subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube and then hit like every time. If you go, well, that guy, I don't like him a lot, hit it anyway because you're helping the homeless, all right? So just, I'm only kidding, but half kidding. We want you to hit that like button, all right? So take your finger, let your finger do the walking on that like button. And we'll say thank you and God bless you. Help your neighbors. We'll be catching you on the next podcast.